Hey everyone, it's Healing Crystal and I'm here to present to you the energies for the new moon in Leo for July 2019. We know that it's a new moon because the moon is in Leo and the sun is in Leo, and that's a really good way, an easy way to tell if it's a new moon. As always, this message is meant for you when you see it. I am making it for the Leo moon, but it works for any Leo moon or any moment, just whenever the universe sends you this message is when it is meant for you. The moon is in the sign of Leo for all of us, but it will affect you differently depending on your rising sign on your astrology chart. I'll link a video down below for you on how you can look up your rising sign and your astrology natal chart. Then you just have to go to the sign of Leo, see what house it is in, and then Google the moon transiting that house for a better description on how it could be affecting you more specifically. You'll have to do that until I can get a reference video up for you. As we've been talking about in our previous videos, the Leo sun is making us feel really young and childlike, and with the moon in Leo, that's only going to make us feel more so youthful and childlike. Especially since the moon just left the sign of Cancer, we're really feeling cabin fever from that because we all wanted to stay home. We all came at peace within ourselves and in our hearts, and now we're ready to go out into the world and flash this around and figure that out and see where we shine there. We found some confidence and curiosity within our capabilities, and now it's time to step out for a little trial sesh and give everything a little run. Once you know what you want to do in life, still go and play out those fantasies in your head. Think of what you want it to be and then dream of it more so and shoot it out into the sky, because that's something that we all used to do as kids, and that's what we stop doing as we're older. When we're young, we're supposed to use our imagination and be like that, and then as we get older, we're supposed to be more realistic and stop doing that. But we really need to just keep going with that childlike energy and use our imagination, because that's what's going to help create it into our real world, is if we start thinking it up here. Because what we think up here is what creates out here. And sometimes it takes a lot of time to reprogram the negative thoughts that you've been having, and you have to stick with it. That's where faith comes from. Feel the feeling of the Leo energy, and that it's your life, you have one life, and you need to shine in it. You feel good about yourself, your self-esteem is up, like we're really feeling ourselves. But with that, you need to watch out, because when we're really feeling ourselves and the pendulum's up here, it can swing this way. So that's when we're going to have those invasive negative thoughts that we're usually trying to fight off and not feel about ourselves, that are oh so easy to just accept. We really need to fight those off more now, because we're really feeling ourselves, and we want to keep feeling ourselves, because we want to feel ourselves on into the next Virgo moon, which is way too critical. So you've got to get your self-esteem up for this new moon, have a new attitude, a new Leo attitude, and then always keep up with those positive comments to yourself and the confidence that you're gaining right now. When you change your mind to have a more positive inner monologue toward yourself, it seems really easy at first. It's like, wow, why didn't I do this earlier? Like, why did I even start being negative? And days go by, maybe weeks go by, and then one day you wake up and everything you've been working for and being positive about isn't there. And you're like, well, gosh, why isn't this there? I must suck. Must be me. It's not immediately that it gets hard. It's weeks and months after where you have to treat yourself this way, and your life hasn't changed at all. Are you still going to be positive to yourself? Because that's when you really start changing your timeline. That's the hard part. One thing I try to do to get rid of these thoughts is, if I was to say something like, gosh, why am I so dumb? I won't let myself finish that. I'll be like, I am so smart, and everyone else is smart too, and I have a unique intelligence. I'll change what I was going to say negatively and turn it into a positive of myself, but I'll also include everyone else, because I don't want to be like, oh, I'm so dumb, just kidding, I'm the smartest person ever on the earth and everyone else is stupid. Like, that's not gonna work. It's just like, I'm smart, you're smart, we can all be smart together. There doesn't just need to be one smart person. When the moon starts going around Venus, we're gonna notice ourselves being more sensitive to energies in a positive way. We're going to feel more love coming to us, but we can also feel it the opposite way and feel hate coming to us and negative energies. With that, what you want to do is you just want to make like a protective bubble around yourself, just like glowing, like bubble man, glowing bubble. And then I like to take like the center of the bubble and like point it like up to the heavens, and then you have like the bright white light coming down into the top of your head, creating this protective bubble. And then within that, you just have your warm energy and nothing else can get in, and protect yourself from the external energies. I only do this whenever I notice like bad energy, because I don't want to like, oh, I'm feeling such good energies, let me get my protective bubble. Like, I'm not going to do that. I try to feel good energies, because that accepting good energies is a whole issue in itself. We need to just block off the bad ones first. You're going to want to be out and about with your friends, being flashy, but be careful with your bank account, because you don't want the Virgo moon to make you feel bad about that. You're going to be an outgoing person that shines on a dime. You know what I mean? We don't really need a bunch of money to entertain us. We just all think we do. Especially with the Leo mentality, we need to get that paycheck so that we can buy those nice things, so we can look good, look like we're having fun. But that's not what fun is. Fun doesn't look good. Fun feels good. Buying a bunch of nice stuff makes you feel good for like, I don't know, because I'm way too Virgo. I would not feel good buying a bunch of expensive stuff ever. But I think it feels good for a little bit if you don't have like bad buyer's remorse. It can feel good for a little bit, but overall it does not bring you long-term happiness. We may find ourselves wanting to indulge in food too, and this is the advice I gave my friend the other day. Save your indulging days for the Taurus moon, like I told you guys. You got 2.5 days a month, eat. Go to your cravings, get that candy bar, get those chips, veg out, have at it, and then when Gemini comes around, you get on that treadmill. I'm just kidding, I don't like treadmills, but do something to move around and get your diet back in check. Work on your self-discipline through the other days of the month, and then Taurus moon, indulge yourself. That's when it's gonna feel the best. The other moons where they're trying to get you to indulge yourself, well, you can't indulge yourself every single day of the month. That's a bad habit. Instead of buying stuff and eating different food, take a couple selfies, edit them, just make yourself feel good. Post them online. I don't know. Find an inexpensive, less calorie, filled way to fill your urges inside. You may want to change up your look this month, and it might be something like you've never even thought of doing before, like a new wild haircut, especially since it's Leo season, like just doing something crazy with your hair, or even getting tattoo. I mean, like, say you've never thought of getting a tattoo before. Might want a tattoo now. Just something really unique and crazy like that. It's not going to be like, oh, I wore skirts below the knee, now they're above. That's very subtle. We're talking like crazy, like an unexpected, something no one else is going to think of either. Like, they're going to see this and be like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that from you, but it like works. And sometimes when people are like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that of you, you're like, is it okay? And this time you're going to be like, oh, you weren't expecting this of me. I don't know why. I'm like shouting it from the rooftops silently, but you're not. It actually is kind of unique and different, but those are the kind of transformations that we're going to be seeing with the Leo new moon. When the moon is a new moon, we need to release the last lunar cycle and embrace the new one and start new intentions. So any bad things we wanted to let go of with the last moon, let it go. Don't think of it. Do those things we talked about earlier. Be positive to yourself. Don't attach it to your life. Say something 5 times after to make up for it. Do whatever you can at the new moon to start the month out fresh. Look at the new moon as like you getting your foot out of bed in the morning and like you need a stretch. Are you gonna hit the alarm 5 times, or are you gonna just get out of bed, put your feet on the ground, and breathe in the air? Because that's a decision you kind of have to make with the new moon. You're going to be having a ton of fun with this new moon, but sometimes that can create the feeling of like, I wonder if I can find something better. So while you're out hanging with your friends, try to really embrace the moment and just understand that like this is what life's all about. Don't go out with your friends and be like, wow, this is great, let's get something better. I should move countries, find new friends and new places to do this. Like, that's a little extreme, but with a new moon in Leo, we're gonna see some extremes. So make sure that you're really thinking things through, not too much that it just becomes not the plan and it's not creative at all. You don't want to make rash decisions that upset everyone's lives and make a bunch of people unhappy. You need to understand that good things come with time too, and everything has enough time to set a good foundation. So if you have a crazy plan to incorporate new, larger amounts of fun into your life, then that plan can happen slowly over time, not too slow. We're talking like still making movement here, people, but you know what I mean. You want to handle your situations going forward like an adult. The child ideas, like an adult. That's how you'll get them, and that's how they're going to be super good. Some people might need to make these changes though, and then the people in their lives will be like, what are you doing? And then you just need to be like, look, this is me. Like it, or get away and just let me do it. You don't have to be mean, but you don't have to keep having all of these people around you that don't have the same interests as you just because they've been in your lives for a long time. You might go and see your friends, have fun with them, and then get home and be like, that was really good, but we just don't have the same interests. Like, we just talked about everything we used to do. We didn't talk about anything we do now or in the future because we don't have anything in common. And then you might know that you need to release those friends and find new ones. After the new moon, we have the moon going over Mars, which is also in Leo. It's conjunct the sun, a very wide orb, but it's still conjunct in my opinion. And this is going to give us the energy to take whatever idea we had with the new moon and we're gonna go with it. Like, the thing that happens at the new moon, it isn't going to be an idea because immediately after we've got our Mars energy sweeping in, taking us by the leash if we have to get us to do it. Plan out some really good affirmations to say, because especially when the moon hits the Mars energy, we're really going to be feeling ourselves. And write down what you're feeling about yourself. Do you like your eyes? And let yourself know that, like, hey, I've got the most gorgeous looking eyes. And then tell yourself days after, like, I had the most gorgeous looking eyes. I have the most gorgeous looking eyes. Oh, my hair, really feeling my... Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so Mercury retrograde can't end soon enough. We're in the final hours, people. And then we just have, you know, that little time period after. But hope is on the horizon. I've got to go. The camera situation for the past few days has driven me bonkers. So I'm going to end the Leo moon reading here. I hope it helps and resonates with you and gets you through your day. The next moon is in Virgo and it will happen on Friday, right before the weekend. I really feel like the time goes by fast the more I pay attention to the moon readings, because it's like 2 days is just a blink of an eye. Virgo will be the first new zodiac sign to our current new moon cycle, and I'm excited to clean. I already love cleaning when I force myself to and trick my brain into it. I love it. When you start cleaning during a Virgo moon, like Mr. Clean magic happens. Subscribe to my channel if you like my readings. Hit the bell if you want to be notified right away when they go live so that you can know the influences of the moon right away and use it for the whole lunar cycle. Have a good new moon in Leo. And I will see you next time. Namaste in bed.